I'm for hire, I'm a seller, I'm a buyer. Conversations with me in my lounge as we scream. You know me, my Morgan, subject boy, follow him. I'm the comic man. I'm the comic man.
Well, I guess it is true. He is the savior of the universe. Oh, hello. Sorry, I didn't see you there. Welcome to another episode of Comic Conversations. And I'm your host, Matt. And we always talk to, different people from the community and the comic book YouTube community. As usual, catching up on my reading. Got some Flash Gordon from DC Comics. One of my favorite movies, too, by the way. I don't know. That's not got to do with the movie, but anyway, although the movie is awesome. Anyway, I'll quit talking so much. We have he's a friend of mine, and I've met him a couple times. Really cool dude, and he's part of Rennavision. Actually, he's the head of Rennavision with Bruce and Joe's Doolin and all those guys. So please welcome Pete.
What's going on?
What's going on, man? Good to see you.
That is an excellent choice of movie, by the way, Flash Gordon. You can't get much better than Flash.
It's one of the greatest. I know people are like, oh, it's cheesy. Like, yeah, that's the point.
That's the point.
Actually, a funny story about that movie. It's the first movie that my mom and dad took me to see.
Really?
Yeah. I wasn't that old. I was born in 76, so I was probably like 5 years old. But I do remember. I don't remember actually seeing a lot of the movie, but I do remember it though. I mean, you know how it is when you're that young, you don't really remember much. But so everybody that's watching, remember, or if you're watching on replay, I have Rennavision's link in the chat here, pinned to it, and so really appreciate you showing up, man. I really appreciate you. I know it's sometimes it's hard finding time to schedule stuff, but like it's only like 45 minutes or an hour, usually about 45 minutes. So we'll just get into it. Usually I used to worry about, oh, nobody's going to show up. Now I don't care if they show up or not. Like I mean, like the chat, because they can watch the replay, right? So
yeah, exactly. That's why I do most of my stuff recorded, because I have a hard time following the chat and keeping up with it. And
yeah,
I have very short attention span. I can focus in on you and talking to you, but I can't follow the reading too.
Yeah. I totally get what you mean, man. I probably did too many shows anyway. I got so many shows. I just prefer the live on this one and like my movie reviews, especially because interaction from the everything. But yeah, I've been like I met you through Bruce, obviously, yep. Kingdom of Nerds. But I have watched your channel. Really good channel. Like, but I usually just have a standard question. I usually ask to start out with is what was there? When did you get into collecting comic books? When did you catch the bug?
Probably when I'm about my son's age now. Realistically, it was around like 13, like 12 or 13. I was into baseball cards at first, collecting cards, trading cards, bringing them into school and, making trades for Mark McGuire's, for Barry Bonds, etc. This is like late 80s, early 90s kind of time. I'm born close in age to you. I'm born in 77. So
yeah,
like right around that middle school time. And is where I really jumped in to start reading comics, because we were at the card store, which also had comics. I started flipping through a box. I saw a couple of Silver Surfers. They kind of caught my eye. They had Thanos on the cover. I think it was 34 and 35, a Silver Surfer. And then like X-Men 1 was coming out soon. So Jim Lee and Claremont, they just grabbed me. And then from there, I was done. I was hooked.
Yeah, that was kind of like with me too. It was like, my dad would bring comic books home to me from when he was in the National Guard, when he go to the Army base, and he called them funny books because he read them too. But he would bring back Sergeant Rock and G.I. Joe and Action Comics and Star Wars when it was like still at Marvel.
Yeah,
I mean, it was at Marvel when it was actually collectible. I guess I could say, but I mean, I've read a few good stories here and there, but like. I don't know. I guess as a side note, but I've been kind of disappointed in their offerings for Star Wars here in the last few years.
Yeah, they haven't been that interesting, to be fair.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know they tried to do the whole thing here with the. I tried to get into the last one. It was called Jedi Knights. I just I give up.
I did too. You weren't alone. You weren't alone. I couldn't keep up either. I just found myself almost like forcing myself to read, and it felt like homework. I'm like, I'm not enjoying this anymore. Like, I feel like I'm reading it just to read
Yeah.
it.
And my other criticism was the actually the one I liked was the Bounty Hunters one.
Yeah.
That was really good, but then I was really disappointed Jedi Knights, and also I was trying to read the latest Star Wars, and I'm like, oh, the Mandalorian. That's what I was thinking about. They just did like a retelling of every episode.
Yeah, they just did the show.
Why did you do that? Why are we doing this? I don't understand.
They just adapted the show into comics. I'm like, I don't need this. I already watched the show.
Well, see, I got it. I said, oh, we're going to see the further adventures of Mando, or maybe before he met Grogu, but nope, we didn't get that.
It's just the show, and I was like, this was a waste of our time and our money.
And it's predictable how they do that, though. It's like I knew that there was going to be a new Daredevil series as soon as I knew there was going to be a Daredevil Born Again season 2.
Yeah,
I said, they're going to do another. Or like the Deadpool Wolverine. When the movie came out, I said there's going to be 2 series come out or something at least, and that's exactly what they did. So
yeah, they do it all the time. They do it all the time. Sometimes they do stupid things like kill their main character. Like remember when Doctor Strange 2 came out and they killed Doctor Strange, I think, in the book, and then let Clea be Doctor Strange. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, that was kind of that was a decision. That was a choice.
That was an odd decision at the time.
Yeah. It'd be like, hey, we're going to do another Captain America movie. Let's kill him off.
Let's kill him off. Switch it up.
I don't know. They kind of you know what? It's not just them. Like sometimes I'm like, even I know DC's on a hot streak right now. They do some stuff sometimes. I'm just like, what are you doing with this series?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I don't know. I don't know how you feel about it. Do you feel like a lot of the indies are more exciting now than like the big 2?
I mean, maybe, but at the same time, there's still plenty of big 2 stuff that I like reading. Like I think it's exaggerated a bit. Not there is a lot of garbage, to be fair.
Yeah,
there's a lot of garbage.
Yeah.
But there are some decent things that I don't. Maybe it's not the greatest in the world. Maybe I'm being too forgiving, but like I don't know which one you want to go with first, DC or Marvel.
Yeah, but Marvel, I guess, because
Marvel. I still like Mortal Thor. Mortal Thor, I'm enjoying reading that. Infernal Hulk is kind of interesting. I like the Psylocke Ninja, even though I usually don't like retcon throwback stories because I think it's a cheesy way to go back and tell stories of a more popular time for the character. I like the Psylocke Ninja run, and I'm looking forward to Daredevil. When the new one comes out tomorrow. So,
well, I'm kind of interested in it because the writer they have on it, she seems to really like Daredevil. Like she really,
exactly.
So I like that. And like I've been telling people for like the last month or two that we got Absolute Geek Podcast Chicken in here. He said, you do love big stuff, or you do love a big 2 stuff. Okay.
Yes, I do. It calls me a homer sometimes that I'll support
I kind of have to for like more. I kind of like, and I kind of go against the grain personally because I'm like, I grew up with Marvel. And I like DC. Don't get me wrong. I have a lot of DC books, and I enjoyed DC when I was a kid too because I'm a big Batman and a Superman fan, and I love the Teen Titans. But I kind of feel like I have to go against the grain, and I think I get on Bruce's nerves sometime on his channel because I'm like, oh come on, this is good. I don't know. It's not all about Absolute. He gets kind of upset with me, but he don't really get upset. He's just we like to joke around, but
I know he is sensitive though. You can really get under his skin picking on DC pretty easily though.
But like what I was going to say was like I've been hopeful the last month or two because they got some Chip Zdarsky back in the fold. He's writing the Weapons of Armageddon, and he's writing Captain America, which has been really good.
Yeah,
and
I forgot about those. Yeah,
and Joshua Williamson is writing Iron Man now. And see what made me more hopeful was I saw, Chip, he likes to do a lot of interviews. I see a lot of stuff on YouTube. And he was talking to a guy and says, well, me and Joshua Williamson were talking about how there used to be, and this is a good point, I thought, there used to be a book, like when you could look at Marvel, be like, if I don't have to read everything, but if I read this book, like the New Avengers was back in the day, I know what's going on in the Marvel universe for the most part.
Yeah, I got what you.
And he said, yeah, him and Williamson are like, so he said we're trying to work together, which made me think, oh, maybe Williamson's going to do another series too, because we got that Avengers Armageddon thing coming out. So
yeah, they keep counting down to that.
But I don't know. I know it's another event, and people get burned out on events. And my friend Aaron says I'll always be in the Marvel more. Well, it's true, but like now with DC, it's the same way. There's been some stuff I haven't cared for that came out in the last 6 months. I've been really loving the Absolute stuff, though. I don't know about you.
Absolute's been good, but they got a couple other things that aren't bad. I really like Batgirl. Batgirl's one of my favorites over there at DC. And regular Batman's not bad.
I like the new Batman solo series too.
That one. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
Okay.
And Green Arrow actually wasn't bad till they canceled it. Like I wasn't a big fan of it till one of my viewers, Barlord, said, check out Green Arrow. And I'm like, all right, I'll check out Green Arrow. And it wasn't bad. But they ended at 30, I think.
Nightwing, they're like, everybody was like, man, you need to read Nightwing. I'm like, I don't know. So I bought an issue. Right. It's pretty cool. Like I kind of like Dan Waters anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And we had I got somebody else I want to ask you because I saw this today where I don't know if you've seen it yet. You probably seen it. Chuck Dixon kind of got upset with Tom Taylor because Tom Taylor said that. But if you read what Tom Taylor said, I don't think he meant that she could beat him all the time. But he said that Black Canary could beat Batman up in a fight. And Chuck Dixon got all bent out of shape over it, like Chuck Dixon does. And then, when I looked back and read what he said he meant if they were sparring in a boxing ring and it was boxing rules because she's a better boxing fighter because of her training. So I said, okay.
I can see that. I can see it. That was an interesting book too that she had, where it was like they were telling the story and like between rounds, which she was fighting. Lady Shiva or whatever I think it was.
Yeah. It was like I kind of liked that one myself too. That was an interesting story, and like a little bit of emotion behind it too.
Yeah.
And, I kind of like that. Like it's like the Supergirl. I don't know if you probably read it. Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow story.
So I haven't read the whole thing yet.
Okay.
For some reason I just can't power through.
Okay. Well, I saw the trailer today, and it kind of got me excited because I know everybody was saying, "Oh, Lobo's only going to be in it for like 5 minutes," but it don't look like he's going to be in it for just 5 minutes. It looks like he's going to be in it a lot.
Well, we'll see. They might just be showing all of his scenes now.
Showing it all now to get everybody excited, and then that's the end of it. I don't know. But what's your feeling on the new Spider-Man movie?
I'm looking forward to it. But I'm also a Spider-Man homer too. That's of the two things that I'll never not collect while I'm doing this. I will never stop getting ASM, and I'll never stop getting Uncanny and I guess regular run X-Men. Like those 3 titles, no matter what, I'm just gonna get.
Like I gotta say it, I think Bruce agreed with me that like everybody was down on X-Men, especially after this last event they had, right? Mm-hmm. But then like I said, you know what? I'm gonna pick up Uncanny and X-Men again, like after this event's over, because I know it'll start a new storyline. And I gotta say, I was like really happy so far with what they're trying. So
it's definitely better than where it's been, but I don't know. I'm not as excited as I used to be about the X-Men books, but like I said, I'm still gonna get them because it's just one of those ingrained collector mentality things. That
same way we like G.I. Joe comics. If they make a G.I. Joe publication, I'm going to buy it. Although it's been really excellent. We got a question from Absolute Geek Podcast. Says, how are you feeling about Death Spiral, Pete?
I'm surprised. I'm enjoying it. Like usually it's like events, and especially Spider-Man events. Like I didn't care for Gang War. It was just kind of boring to me. I don't know why, but Death Spiral, it's not bad. I mean, we're kind of spoiled. I did read the spoiler what's supposed to happen tomorrow, and I don't want to spoil it for everybody, but somebody's supposed to die. So we'll see how that goes.
Oh, good. Yeah, I think PSG was saying the same thing. He's like, Spidey's number 1 for him, and then X-Men. I'm kind of like you though, Pete. It's like that's ingrained in me on an early age because like I had disability. I grew up with disability. I couldn't go outside a lot, so I read a lot of comic books, and it kind of makes you different. Like, oh, there's that kid that can't go out and play with everybody all the time, right? So I kind of knew what the X-Men, you know what I mean? I could identify with the X-Men, like, oh, we don't like this guy. These guys are weird. And like the Chris Claremont thing, I almost like I had to like tone it down last year at Heroes Con because I met him, and I didn't want to be like, oh, your comics really meant so much to me, because I'm like, dude, this dude, shut up, Matt. This guy hears this all the time.
Yeah, but still, there's nothing wrong with saying it when it's true.
And Steve, yeah, well, it like, I don't know. I didn't want to be like one of the people that's like, oh, your writing saved my life, man. Because I that's not true. That's just that it was something to entertain me, and I don't know. But I did tell him. I said, dude. I didn't say dude, but I was like, I got to tell you. I said, I really love the way you kind of like rolled out Rogue's introduction and how she's a bad guy, and then she joined the X-Men, and she's the outcast among outcasts at the time. There's nobody want her on the team, and I said that was really awesome. And he's like, I appreciate that. So it's not that bad to fanboy out too much. You just don't want to be like, sign my shirt, man, or sign my. I'm gonna get this tattooed on my arm. They're just normal people though, and I don't know. I guess they probably feel like it appreciative. I did have a funny moment with Dan Jurgens. I said, is it true that you just said, why don't we just kill Superman? We've been talking about it for years. Just fucking do it.
Let's just do it.
And he said, that's a little exaggerated, but it sounds cool, so we let everybody believe that. He said, we did say kill him, but not this. What this blurted out. He said it was like. I said, oh, so it's kind of like a thing, like, because there was a movie with John Wayne called The Man That Shot Liberty Valance, and they find out that Jimmy Stewart's character, who they thought killed him, was not the one that killed him. It was John Wayne. And so, but he became the governor. Jimmy Stewart's character became the governor because, based on that, this guy's the guy that shot the outlaw Liberty Valance, right? So he's a big hero. Yeah. And then the reporter at the end of it finds out that somebody else did it. It wasn't him. And Jimmy Stewart's character says, so are you going to put that in the paper? He goes, nope. He said, when it comes down to truth or the legend, always print the legend. So I don't know if that makes any sense, but it kind of made sense in my head. But anyway.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So did you ever have a period where you quit collecting? Because I know I did. I didn't.
Yeah, there was a bit where I paused. It was right there, while I was away at college. I just kind of thought I didn't care anymore. And I know a lot of my original collection, I just told my dad, yeah, do what you want with it. Give it away. And I'm like, my uncle who collected comics at the time, or sell them, do whatever you want. I also did the same thing with all of my toys, which I really regret. So all my G.I. Joes, I had basically every, I was a spoiled kid. I freely admit I was a very spoiled kid growing up. So I had almost every G.I. Joe and Transformer growing up. It just because until I was 10, I was an only child. So yes, I do have a brother, but we got a 10-year gap between us. So we grew up separately for the most part. So I had everything. And then I got to see him get spoiled with all the Power Rangers and the Ninja Turtles and whatnot. But that was more his era. But yeah, so I told my dad it was okay. I was like, go ahead, get rid of the GI. What do I care? They're not going to be worth anything.
I did the same thing. Like I had I don't care what you do with the Millennium Falcon or the Ewok Village, or the Castle Grayskull. But like, I was the same way though. I was the only child though. I had some half brothers, but they were like in college. When I was a kid. Hey, Bruce is here. Hey, Bruce.
There he is.
And Collector P, how you doing? Metal Elf is here. Hey, man. But yeah, the only toys they said no to was the aircraft carrier and the space shuttle.
Yeah, I didn't get the aircraft carrier either. It was too big. There's no room in our house for it.
That's what they were like. Where are we going to put this thing at? Are we going to turn it into the coffee table? So that's only. I was kind of bummed out about that, but you know what? And I said, one day, like when I foolishly one day when I first got back into collecting stuff, I said, I'm gonna look it up on eBay and see what those cost, you know. And then when I saw like $2,500, I was like, oh crap. Never mind. Never mind.
I've been slowly working my way back into getting just select pieces. It started with the Godzilla. I wanted to get my Godzilla back. That was my favorites from when I was a tiny little guy. I got my Godzilla Shogun Warrior back, or I got one back, I should say. And from there, I've just been slowly adding little bits of nostalgia as far as toys.
Yeah, I'm kind of like bad for getting the new ones too, though. Like somebody showed me a little trick on Hasbro Pulse that you can pre-order stuff ahead of time and they will not charge your credit card. So I got a little carried away. But
I got a bunch of the classifieds too, like in the new ones. I've got probably way too many than I need, but I got my little version too, Snake Eyes.
Oh yeah, hey, I'm really got into like mainly I want to get the three quarter ones. You know, like I have right now. I got Major Blood, and I have like some reproductions of Snake, like the new reissues of Snake Eyes, but I want to get the old one. But I have a lot of like the old ones. Like I got what's his name, Chuckles, and I got
Chuckles,
Rick, and I got Zarana, and I got Leatherneck. I got two Leathernecks. I got one where he's got the dress blues on, and then I got the other Leatherneck where he's got the tattoo on his chest.
I got you.
Yeah, I got Destro, and Flint, so I'm glad I got those. But and then
I want more, but I'm kind of particular. Like I want to have everything, so I want them to be complete. I don't want thumbs broken off. Like I want it to be as sturdy as possible. If I'm going to be paying, because again, they're not cheap. So if I'm going to be paying, more than $20 for something, I want it to be best, that I can get.
Have all the accessories at least, or most of them.
Otherwise I'll wait. I'll be patient.
Well, that's the best thing to do. You don't have to buy it. Like that's the thing I do. I get a little carried away. Think I have to buy everything right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have to, because there's going to be stuff that's there. And it's kind of like this meme I posted today on Instagram. This guy that says, "What do we collect? G.I. Joe. What do we want? All of them." Where are we going to put them? I have no idea.
It don't matter.
I was going to ask you about the Shogun Warrior Godzilla. Does it got the fist with it? Because I know the first thing I lost was my fist when it shoots off.
It was very temperamental at first. Like when I first got it, like it would just fire on its own and it would just be like sound from the spare room over here. But it's been steady for a while now. I haven't triggered it in a while, but it's been in place.
Oh, good.
And the thing's not broken on the back of his head. A lot of those are broken. The tongue trigger or whatever.
Yeah.
And no cracks in the toes. So I got a decent one when I was looking. I don't know if somebody refurbished it, put it back together with other pieces or not, but it's pretty solid.
Yeah, speaking of that refurbished thing, I'm tempted to start doing that because my dad went in his garage and somehow some toys managed to survive. So he still had the Tomahawk and my Nighthawk. I think it's what it's called. It was like an SR-71.
The like the stealth, the big
stealth bomber one, and the Sky Striker. But the problem with the Sky Striker is it's all yellow looking now because the white plastic is what happens when it ages badly.
Yeah, you ever watch those videos they have online where people they bring these things back?
Yeah.
It's fascinating to me. Like I just sit there watching them, like they put them in the solution and with the light, and then like the plastic comes back to life, and they get stickers. They re-put the decals back on, and I'm like,
I don't know, this is miracle worker. So I saw one like the Rattler. I got the Cobra Rattler, and it's my problem. With mine is the minigun is broken off, and the engine covers are not on it, and the landing gears are broke. And then I was like, well, maybe I'll restore it. And then I started watching a video with my friend Jeff. And he's like, first off, you have to take a blow dryer and get the plastic warmed up and then pry it off with this kind of certain kind of screwdriver. I'm like, oh my God, that's too complicated. I can't do that. I'll break it.
But that's why you got to think of it as more like surgery. You got to be really into it.
Well, it's kind of like, my stepdad used to restore Corvettes. So I guess I kind of have to look at it like I'm restoring an automobile or something. So I'm going to try to do it.
What you're doing.
I'm gonna try to do it because I was like, it's actually probably gonna be cheaper to do that than try to go and look for one that's complete.
Some of those are way too expensive. Even looking at the pieces for a lot of these things, if you want to kind of rebuild them out, because another one of those big nostalgia things that I want is the Kraken from the old school Harry Hamlin Clash of the Titans.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Kraken, yeah. That thing was one of my favorites. I used to have my G.I. Joes try to take it down. Anyway, they're way too expensive.
Oh,
like even like reprinted 3D reprinted, like they say it's reproduction with 3D reprints are like $600 for like not real ones. So I want an original, like I want an original real one, and it's like $1,000 or $2,000 in some cases to get the whole thing.
Oh, speaking of that, I looked in. There was like 3 toys I looked into that I had that I remember, and I don't know what ever happened to them, but I had the Magnum PI Ferrari. Got a figure with it, right? Well, apparently they didn't make it for too long, right? So I remember having one because my dad was a big fan of the show, and he's like, "I'm gonna get you this." And now I said, "Well, I'm gonna look up and see if I can find one." And to find one complete, it was like $800.
Wow!
I was like, "I think I'm not going to be getting that." And the other one was the Knight Rider car.
Oh yeah, I've seen the Knight Rider one.
Yeah, now, I may get the Transformer one. They do it. They have a one that transforms. I wanted to get that's from Hasbro.
I got it around here somewhere.
Oh, cool.
I don't know where I put it, but I got it around here somewhere.
All right. They also have these ones now, like you can get a Megatron that he transforms into a his tank.
His tank? This guy right here?
Oh, you got it.
Yeah, and I opened it.
I'm going to open it. If I get one, I'm opening it.
Yeah, I opened this thing. I opened it to play with it. Yeah.
Hey, I'll open everything I have. All right. I got like my McFarlane statues or like anything. I keep the box. But
yeah, I kept the box too. I got it around here somewhere. And I left it came with Baroness, like a little carded Baroness. I left her carded because I didn't need to open that up. But yeah, no, I opened it because I wanted to do it. I wanted to transform.
Yeah. Well, like I was going to get that, the one, I don't know if you've seen it. They have a Void Rivals Jetfire, and it's got the 2 little Void Rivals.
Oh, no, I don't have that one.
Well, I'm going to get it. Somebody said, "Are you going to keep it in the box?" I said, "Oh, hell no. I'm getting it out, transforming it, and playing with it. What are you talking about?" You know how, like, I'm kind of the opposite of Indiana Jones. You know how it used to be like, that belongs in the museum. I'm like, that belongs out of the box. You got to let it breathe. All right?
Exactly.
Come on. And I know everybody keeps their Marvel classifieds. Like, I'm going to keep those in the, nope. I mean, Marvel Legends, like, nope. As a matter of fact, my LCS got in one of those, it's like a 2-pack. And it's got Frank Castle and the original Nick Fury in it with the eye patch.
Okay.
Before Sam Jackson was ever, and it's got all these cool accessories with it, and he's holding it for me right now. I can't wait when I'm going down there tomorrow to pick it up, and I can't wait to get it out of the box when I get home and like mess with it. So
that's the only thing is I need a bigger house so I could display all the things I'd love to display. That's why I don't collect statues. I just no place to put them.
The only statues I had are, and I had to slow down. I had one of David Cornsweat statue from McFarlane Toys.
Okay.
And then I think they're 1/6 scale. Then I have a Captain America, Hulk, and Wolverine, but they're like manageable size. But those big ones, like
those huge ones,
studios and stuff. No, I have no place for that at all.
It would be cool though if I did.
Yeah, but it'd also be cool to have that kind of cash to where you could just like,
too.
I'm gonna drop $1,500 on this because I looked into that Absolute Batman statue. I'm like, yeah, that's a little bit out of my price range.
Yeah, but there's nothing. I mean, it's just try to stay within your limits, stay in your lane as best you can, and occasionally you can wander out of it, but just try to be very selective if you do.
Yeah. Oh, this he says my truck is still available for that tooth feet.
I got to get a crown put in, and I was supposed to go yesterday to get the post started, but I ended up canceling because I was a little congested from it's gotten warm here. I'm in Jersey, like outside of Philly, and then pollen's already starting, so I started getting congested. I'm like, I can't sit for an hour all like not being able to breathe out of my nose like for that long. So
I'm in Kentucky, and it's gotten crazy. Like it was like few days ago, it was like 38 degrees, and now it's 78 degrees.
Yeah, the same thing. Same here. We're getting ice warnings. Like the car would alert ice possible. Like when you're getting in the car in the morning, it's like ice possible. And then today it's like almost 80.
I don't know. I'm kind of sick of it because I remember how crazy it was. Like on Christmas Day, we have usually we have like I usually cook steaks and stuff, but we usually do it inside because it's winter.
Mm.
And it was 65 degrees outside that day. So I just put it on the grill.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't get used to some of this weather. Like some people are like, well, there's no such thing as global warming now. I said, I don't know. Something's going on. I don't know if there's global warming or not, but like, I don't remember ever being like this in December. So I don't know.
To be fair, I don't think there's ever a wrong time to grill. I don't care if it's 30 degrees. If you can handle it, just go outside and fire up the grill. I'm on board.
Build a fire. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I don't know. It's my dad always used to do it when I was younger. Like it would be football season, and he's like, I feel like hamburgers and hot dogs, so that's what I'm making, and then we're gonna watch the game. So there can be snow on the ground as long as he can get to the grill. He's firing it up.
Okay, so another question I always ask my guests because I was only two I really ask them. Bruce said that's what George Foreman's are for.
No, George Foreman
Grill. Every time I think of George Foreman Grill, I think of that episode of The Office where
Michael Burns
I was putting bacon on my George Foreman grill. I stepped on it like, how did you step on a Foreman grill? He's like, well, I like to start the bacon in the bedroom so I can then I go back to sleep and wake up to the smell of cooking bacon. Like, he acted like it was so logical too. Like, yeah. All right. Well, I always ask like how you got started collecting. The other question I usually ask my guests because there's usually sometimes it's somebody from Instagram, but usually it's a YouTube guy or girl. So what made you decide to start Rennavision and start making videos?
I guess the pandemic and COVID mostly.
That's usually the answer I get.
I mean, because it's true. I mean, before then, I was writing for CBSI for comicbookinvest.com. Like,
yeah,
I started writing for there maybe 2018, 2019. So like a year or two before everything shut down. I started with the dollar bin digging over there because I remember at the time I read the site all the time. Like I was an avid reader. I would check out the articles, and they were having one of their writer wars. And it's like, hey, try to write for us, and maybe you'll win. And I submitted an article. I did not win, but the owner at the time said, "Well, we still like what you did. It's like, if you want to write something else, here, give this a try. You want to do dollar bin digging? We need a dollar bin digging article." I was like, "All right, I can do that." So I started doing that, and then I just kept writing as often as they would let me. And eventually we all got locked down, and they said, hey, we're going to start doing more, a little bit more YouTube shows at the time. Because there were already dudes on the site doing YouTube, but
yeah,
I just started hopping in here and there, just doing like picks for certain things. We did like weird little odd shows, like hot and cold, pick a hot book, pick a cold book. And then from there, I decided, you know what? I'm just going to start doing a show based off my dollar bin article. And I would put together, I'd spend like 2 hours editing. I had no idea what I was doing. It was like a 10-minute video of me talking about like half a dozen books. And it took me 2 hours to put together because I was literally frame by frame, like editing things moving, coming in with me here because I didn't know what I was doing. But I kept doing it. And I did it for my channel as well as where I originally was Tales from the Flip Side. I used to have them start there, and then I had it on my own channel, which had no subscribers. It was tiny. There's nothing. And then eventually I decided, you know what? If I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this on my own. So I stopped over at Flipside, and I just started my own little thing here. And I had like 200 subscribers, I think, when I decided to do that, maybe 250 at the time, and then just start setting goals of, all right, I want to hit 500. And then I know what you got to hit for monetization. And then hitting things like, well, we're going to need live shows. And then I'm like, well, I don't really do live stuff. I spend 2 hours editing stuff. And then a couple of friends started pitching ideas, and Marco came over with the Star Wars show. He was like, hey, look, they don't really want the Star Wars show over there anymore. Do you mind if we bring it over here? And I'm like, sure, I need content. Come on over. You guys do the show over here like you're normally doing it. And then from there, just added like anybody who was interested in doing stuff. And I just tried. It's like, come on, come here, start here. If you want to go spin off and do your own thing, I will do anything and everything I can to help you,
That's
grow
kind of,
and support. Like, I don't care. Just come here, start,
yeah.
and I will help you, whatever I can do.
That's kind of what I like about it, because you got like a collective kind of thing going on, everybody like,
Yeah,
and
that's what we try to do. Like, we all like comics. We like what we do. Everybody gets to talk about what they want to talk about. I mean, we know. I mean, certain things YouTube won't let us talk about. Friday guys like to push the envelope a little bit, and Saturday too.
Bruce says here, he goes, I'm still trying to resign.
He's just mad because he got drafted to replace me on Wednesdays because I needed a break from the weekly. I couldn't do 3 hours every Wednesday. I couldn't keep up doing all of the recorded stuff and do that. Especially with my son getting older and he's got more activities. It's just like work life, and then this ain't my job. This is my hobby. So it's like day job, family life, kids activities, and me wanting to do this. I gotta limit and try to pick and choose my battles here.
Yeah. Up here, PG said that's a good work ethic. Just do it. Well, that's what I did when I just started mine. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to record a video and see what happens.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I didn't know the only person I knew was him. It was this guy. No, yeah. I mean, no. This guy. Sorry, Bruce. This guy right here.
Not you, Bruce.
He had me on his stream, but then I met Bruce too. And now I'm on his show on Sundays and Friday. But then he said you are the wizard of slides and transitions.
Yeah, I mastered PowerPoint to cater to my whims of what I want to do.
I might need to take lessons from you somehow. I think I can pay you.
Yeah, I'll try to show you what. Again, you can ask Bruce. I try to give Bruce as much advice and help that I could possibly give him, because I remember when I first met him, and then we were hanging out at Baltimore too, and we were just chatting. I'm like, look, you just tell me what you need. I will do whatever I can to get you and your channel where it needs to be. Because at the time, I wanted him to hit 1K, and then I wanted him to hit 2K. I want him to hit 5K next.
Yeah, well, I will say this, I think it's a compliment to you, Bruce. He's really been, kind of gave me advice too. So he kind of passed that along. He's paid it forward, I think.
That's the hope, because, I mean, that's what we should be doing here. I mean, why am I doing this? Like I said, this isn't my job. I got a day job. I literally spend my free time doing this because I like it. I like comics. I like putting together the slides, thinking about these books. Even doing the research can be calming in a way of me just doing pricing research. Like, well, that's what this is selling for. Oh, that's not bad.
Well, I get put out of that too. Like with my movie reviews, I enjoy going like, what am I going to do this month? Right.
Exactly.
And like it's fun to me. And like, well, Absolute Geek says that you're a great supporter, definitely willing to help everyone out. And then we got my friend Fable's here, Station. Here's another guy. I've been collaborating with him and Pop Culture Philosophers last month. I did a movie review festival kind of thing with them guys. Good dudes.
What movies did you cover? I saw, because I looked at your channel too. I saw some of the movies that you covered recently. I saw like Police Academy in there, and I'm like, I love Police Academy.
Yeah. Well, we did a thing called March Madness, and it was pretty cool. Like Fable would do some on his channel, and then like on a Friday, I did mine on Wednesday, and Robbie on Pop Culture was doing it on Monday, and he did some good ones too, like Henry. It's a movie's about madness and insanity, so he's like Henry. Okay. He did like Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer.
All right.
And I did The Substance, that new movie. It's kind of a newer movie. The Substance with Demi Moore.
The Demi Moore one.
Yeah, Devil's Rejects, American Psycho, and Serpent and Rainbow. Yeah, I think it's an underrated movie. It's Serpent and Rainbow. But then when I watched it again, I rewatched it. I was like, this movie's not as cool as I thought it was.
Yeah, but when I remember that movie too when I was younger, and it was like like this is something I'm not supposed to be watching.
Yeah, it didn't seem kind of like scary to me back then. Like this is what it was. It wasn't as scary as I remember it being, but I was a kid when I saw it. So
yeah.
And Bruce, you're right. We all should be helping each other. And he says FOC isn't calming. All right, but I don't know. But I do enjoy it. Like, so this month we're doing I've already got it picked out. Actually, I'll show you if you want to see it.
Yeah. Hey, if there's anything I love as much as comics, it's movies. I used to work at a Blockbuster. Like that was my college job was Blockbuster.
I wish I could ask you to be on there, but I do it on Wednesdays, and I know you guys have shows on Wednesday, so
I don't anymore. Bruce fills in for
if
me.
you ever want to do one of these movie reviews, I do them on Wednesday at 9. But tomorrow we're reviewing this one.
Ooh. So this is this is the Chuck Norris way of the, because I know they renamed some of the movies.
Yeah,
the Chuck Norris one
where they fight in the Coliseum.
Oh yeah, I love this one.
And because I got a clip here. Hold on. I see I have everything loaded up. I only play like little few second clips.
Is it the chest hair clip?
No, I need to get that one. I'm glad you reminded me that. I got one. I like the one I said I needed to get one of Bruce making the noises. Like,
yeah.
When he does that little, you're in trouble. Yeah. Your ass is in trouble. But as I said, we're doing Way of the Dragon, and then since it's since opening day just happened, baseball season started. Yeah. We're going to be reviewing this one. And I kind of asked a little question, Bruce. I got that from Bruce. Bruce is like, you got to ask a question to get people going. So we're asking, is this the greatest sports movie of all time?
He's not wrong. Like, asking that question gets people to decide. It gets them to take a side. They usually want to fight, and they usually want to be a part of it.
Yeah. And you're going to like the next one, because then we're reviewing this. Is this the worst Marvel movie ever made?
With the Italian Red Skull.
Yeah, and the fake ears on the outside of the mask, by the way.
Oh, that's right.
Oh my God, Italian Red Skull too. And then it's not just one. We're gonna finally decide which one of the original Rocky movies is the best one.
That's a tough one.
And I have a controversial answer to that already, I think.
I wonder if it's gonna be if it's controversial to me.
Rocky 3.
I was a big fan of Rocky 3. Clubber was a heck of a villain. That's where the toys came. I remember that's when I got we got the toys, little action figures of Rocky with Clubber.
Speaking of gaslighting, Bruce, your next comment was like, "All the Rocky movies suck." But I'm gonna tell you what I like about 3 is there's a scene that's always, if I feel like I need to be motivated, I'll watch the scene where he's sparring with Apollo Creed, and he's like, he's hooking, Rock. And he's like, come on, Rock. And he's like, oh, he's lost his confidence.
Yeah,
he's like, there is no tomorrow.
Yeah,
that's true. I like
that is a good scene. That is a good scene. I'll also admit I'm a little, as silly as it is, 4 is also fun. It's just silly fun.
I know it's cheesy. It's like, we're supposed to believe that Rocky Balboa ended the Cold War.
Yes,
but it's still.
It's just silly fun because the first 2 are legit dramas.
Yeah,
They have a definitely different tone. 3 takes it towards a more fantastical kind of little bit when you're talking about Rocky with all the montages and the short shorts on the beach and him throwing his helmet at the statue and over the music pumping.
The training montage in Rocky 4 is peak.
Oh, it is.
He's doing all that like old school. We're going back to basics. And then also the one montage I like, they make fun of it. Remember the movie Basketball, where he's driving the road, we're working on a montage.
Yeah.
Because it's got that, they're playing that, I think it's a Robert Tepper song. There's no easy way out.
Oh, yeah.
Hard, real fast, thinking about what happened to Apollo. I hate it.
Out there performing.
Yeah.
My buddy who lives in LA, he tells me what he goes, yeah, right. Tepper was playing at the Whiskey, so I went to go check him out.
Hell yeah. I'll be honest, as a kid though, I cried when Apollo died. I'm like, oh no. I was really bummed out about that.
James Brown pumping you all up, and all of a sudden you had that, just the way they edited it. If he dies, he dies.
Yeah, I know.
He's twitching.
He dies. Yeah. I wanted the robot in Rocky 4. Yeah, the robot was awesome.
That's my biggest problem, I think, with Rocky 4. Who the hell was watching his kids? Because it looks like he left his kid with a couple of friends with the robot and no adult. There was no other adult there.
Yeah, didn't even Polly go with him?
Polly went, and even Adrian showed up eventually.
We're just like, we're going to let the robot take care of the kid.
She's going to take care of the kid.
His kid hated him in Balboa. He's like, I was annoyed with him. You left me with that robot, Rock.
And then that's why we're not surprised. He signed all of his money away to power of attorney to his manager and lost it all and gave us the worst Rocky movie of all time, Rocky V.
Oh, God, that movie's so terrible. Yeah, I mean, I didn't like that either. I'm like, we're supposed to have got this guy's down and out again? Come on.
It was so bad.
But
so bad. And not in a good way bad. Just
it's interesting though, like speaking of Rocky 4, and this may be opposite of Rocky movies, but Dolph Lundgren, you think that guy's like, oh, he's just this big dumb brick. Well, man, this dude like has a degree in like chemical engineering.
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy.
I'm like, is this guy the most interesting man in the world? I saw an interview with him, and he used to date Grace Jones. And he said Grace Jones pulled a gun on him one time.
I didn't know he dated Grace Jones.
Yeah, I was like, that's an odd couple, but you know what? I'm down for it. Cool.
Strange.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I thought she was kind of cool in that James Bond movie. Remember she was in.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, hell, that and was it Conan?
Yeah.
But yeah, the James Bond movie. It's which one was that?
View to a Kill.
Okay. I just remember playing as her, being able to play as her in the Golden Eye, on the N64.
Yeah. Admit, who you gonna bite, Rock? Spider Rico. He's a tomato.
Good old Spider Rico.
Oh, you know what? The Rocky was good at like pull out your emotions, but I remember I was rewatching Rocky 2 one day, and my mom was watching it with me, and like I think they kind of leave it. When Adrian gets put in the hospital, and they're like he's by her side, and like after a while, you're like it kind of goes on longer than it should maybe in the movie, the scene, that part of the movie. And my mom's like, "Come on, Rock, get the hell out of there and let's fight already."
Yeah, but, sometimes the pacing is a little off, and it's just all right.
They know. I think they know how to like pull your emotions, like in every one of those movies. Like when Mick dies, that was Mick like,
yeah.
Oh my God! And then of course when Apollo gets killed, the next one. But I don't know. There was something about '80s movies though, like even the ones like now, everybody's like, "Well, that's bad." Well, it's so bad, it's good if it's anything. Like the Canon Pictures. Like I used to like think that was if I rented a movie and it said Canon Pictures the first of it, I said, "Oh, this is gonna be cool. This is gonna be cool."
Yeah, like today you can't do Arnold one-liners, but the Arnold one-liners of the '80s were phenomenal.
Oh yeah, like some of my favorite in Commando.
Oh yeah, Commando's a good one.
When he throws the steam pipe through Bennett, he's like, blow off some
steam, Bennett.
And then what's the one in he does another one who's like stick around? Was that from Predator when he throws a knife?
Oh yeah, he throws a knife. Yeah, stick around.
Oh well, I'll tell you what. Some of the ones that are hilarious though are when he was Mr. Freeze.
Oh geez, those were. That was actually when it was too far.
Yeah, you're like, well, it's funny to listen to.
Oh God. Yeah, but to think about the idea of like, why do diamonds make ice? I don't know. He's stealing diamonds so he can run his ice machine.
Yeah, I don't get it. He said,
meanwhile, Uma Thurman's talking like she's from His Girl Friday with hey, how you doing there, sweetie?
No, he's like, do you know what killed the dinosaurs? Like here you go. Burt Young was brutal. You want the turkey? Go outside and eat the turkey. Dude, I was hoping Rocky would punch him in the face in that one movie. I was like, what the hell?
Oh, yeah. Paulie was a bit of a prick.
Yeah, I don't know why they kept around. The Ice Age.
Yeah, but was that line worse than Storm's in X-Men 2000 when she talks about what lightning does to a frog or whatever, and the same thing as everything else?
Yeah,
I'm like,
I was thinking when she said that, I said, I think lightning does that to everything it hits.
Yeah, that was another terrible line.
The only other problem I have with that movie besides that line is I thought the music And that last scene where they're fighting was all like kind of like slow techno-y. I did not match that fight scene at all.
No.
I didn't like that at all about that. That's all. But I was just happy to see the X-Men on a movie. So.
I was too. And to the detriment of, you know what? It's like that still wasn't right.
Yeah.
Like we've gotten what, 4? Not counting Deadpool or any of the spin-offs. I'm just saying just mainline X-Men.
X2.
No,
there was like Last Stand, and then there was First Class or whatever they call it.
Yeah, First Class, and then the Days of Future Past one, and then
the regrettable Dark Phoenix saga.
Dark Phoenix again.
And X-Men Apocalypse.
Oh, geez, the 7. And they still haven't got it right.
And Bruce says, Deadpool sucks.
What? That's the only thing they did get right.
Oh, wait, you know what? Somebody quoted this part from the movie, so I feel like I need to play this clip.
Dylan! You son of a bitch.
I got that t-shirt.
I want to get that shirt. I saw it. No, I mean, I liked it, PSG, but like...
Yeah, same. I liked it too for the time, but...
Yeah, looking back, there's some things like... They made one of my favorite characters, like the biggest wuss weakling I've ever seen in my life, Rogue. Like, she couldn't do anything. I just didn't like that. Like,
yeah, because they tried to make Rogue and Kitty Pryde, and I don't know what they were trying to do there.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, I'm hoping that we get like what I think would be great is if we got a Rogue that like we could explain why she can fly and all that, because that's the kind of Rogue I want in the movie.
Maybe she'll run into Captain Marvel.
Well, we still I think Brie Larson's still around. I don't know. Although, you know what? I got to give props to Brie Larson because I may have flipped out and just started cussing mofos out if I got treated like she did by some of these people.
I know. It's just ridiculous.
I don't know. I really did like it kind of said like, wait a minute, do y'all really not like her performance, or you just don't like a female lead as a superhero? Because it kind of feels like that.
Yeah, it was a little. I think it was more the second at the time.
Yeah. Fable was so right. Yeah. I just want Rogue to say sugar. Yeah. Well, I think we might get to see that. I don't know who's going to play Rogue. We've debated that over and over who's going to be playing Rogue, but I think it's going to be an unknown. I have a feeling it's going to be an unknown.
I hope it is. I hope so.
At one point, I wanted it to be Millie Bobby Brown, but I don't know if she can pull off a Southern accent, and then I don't think she's got.
Yeah, it's kind of tough going from English to the Southern.
Yeah, they can do American accent sometimes, but like I can still tell. Like I remember watching Lethal Weapon, and every now and then Mel Gibson would like kind of throw that Australian twang in there a little bit, like just by accident, you know.
Yeah,
or they'll kind of overcompensate too much, like who was the actor? Like, it's the guy from why can I never remember his name? He played Judge Dredd. He's Bill the Butcher, or whatever his name is.
Carl Urban.
Yeah. Sometimes he lets it drop a little bit.
Oh yeah, he does too.
But do we have any questions? Well, I think we had a pretty good conversation. We're about closing in on about 5 minutes, so if anybody's got any questions, I will throw it out there again that we are reviewing this tomorrow. So we got Bruce Lee versus Chuck Norris because we just lost Chuck, so maybe they're fighting each other right now in the afterlife. Who knows? I still think Bruce Lee could take him, but
I do love that movie. I don't know. I might have to message you if I can make it.
It's at 9:00, so it's only like an hour. We kind of just we don't do like one of these things where you talk over everybody. We all are like everybody gets a turn to say what they want, and
Okay, so not like the show I'm normally on Wednesdays where I have to argue with one of my co-hosts because we like to talk over each other.
Haley Seinfeld could play Rogue, but she's already
she's already Kate Bishop.
Yeah, we got to watch it tonight. We're going to watch it tonight on backstage. Be my buddy Jeff and I like to even though I've seen the movie 100 times, I like to kind of refresh my memory, you know. But
that's a good one. You got the Chinese spare rib line in there.
Yeah.
You got the random cat that they put on screen during the truck fight at the end there for no reason.
Oh yeah, the whole fight too. It's like what are we doing?
Random ass kittens just hanging out in the Coliseum. Yeah, just like what's the cat there
the
for?
cat's like, I mean, it's a cute kitty. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know. But one of my favorite parts is this part where he breaks out the nunchucks.
Get him!
Oh, that was the best. Get in there.
Man, it's like he was so damn fast too. Like a lot of those guys, they would say they like to speed the camera up, but I don't think they really had to do that a lot for him.
Yeah.
But
something.
I wonder who would win in a fight though. I always wonder. I think we're always going to be like if it was an actual fight though. Chuck was like a 9-time champion or something though. So yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how it would go because there's a difference because I think a lot of people today think about it as a fight like if it's going to be like a UFC fight where it's no holds barred, but they're actually hitting each other. Or is it like a karate tournament where you don't have to actually nail the guy, you just score the point by getting close?
I don't know. It's a good question. I guess we'll never know. Maybe we could run it through an AI simulator. Now we got all this AI crap, so I don't know.
That's how we get Rocky Balboa.
Yeah.
Was that one where they did the AI simulator and then he ended
up we got a video game simulation AI something and they're like who would win
video in a game and then they ended up doing the fight for real.
I gotta say I like that movie, but the name they gave to what's his name was like Mason the Lion Dixon.
Oh yeah, that was
what a name.
It's a little on the nose, I think.
Yeah, a little bit. Oh, I did like the
that
Creed.
Wasn't actually that bad.
Yeah, I like the Creed movies too a lot. They were very good. Mm-hmm. Hey, if you're better, it's all right. You can watch the replay. We're about done.
Better late than never.
Yeah, actually, we got to watch the movie after this stream. But go ahead and I'll let you tell us what you got coming up.
It's the normal run of things here on the channel. I mean, Wednesdays the boys do the totally awesome coolest show ever, which was an idea that Marco and I had ages ago. And yes, I've kind of stepped away for a little bit just to kind of get myself refocused in on the recorded stuff. I show up every now and again. I'll try to show up at least once a month, but that's usually on Wednesdays. And then I got the Hot 10 on Fridays. Fridays also has the Qualified with Joe and Jedi and Sticks and Dom and used to be Bruce, but I think Bruce might show up there occasionally. But and then Saturday Night Special with Matt and the boys there. Star Wars on Sundays, and that's why like you mentioned before, it's like a commune. Like there's a lot of people on my channel that or our channel that do shows, and then me I'm doing the Wednesday watch list on Mondays, which is the look ahead to all the new books coming out for Wednesday. I try to squeeze in the Hot 10 every Friday, but apart from that, I try to squeeze in a weird show like a Sneaky Keys or a Variant Hunter, just books I want to talk about, books I find interesting that might be more valuable than you might think, and just kind of give people some things to hunt. Like go dig for these things. Don't buy them online. When you're out there digging, this is the stuff to look for, because this is the stuff that I look for. Same with dollar bin digging, and just have fun talking about comics. So there's something almost every day popping up on the channel.
If we're not having fun talking about comics, then why are we doing a YouTube?
My wife don't want to talk about this stuff with me.
Bruce has a question. He said, Pete, what's going to be on the CBSI top 10 this week?
I have no idea. I don't start looking until Thursday because I don't want to be too biased going into it. So come Thursday night, I start doing my research and digging in and say, all right, what's been selling this week? But I'll tell you, it feels like that indie train is kind of coming to a halt.
Going downhill a little bit.
Yeah, like every week was a new independent book, a new number one. And then all of a sudden issue 2 comes out for all these books. And where'd everybody go?
You gotta tell you need to go. He wants you to go to. He said, "Come to Heroes Con." I agree. I'm going too.
Bruce, you still going to Heroes?
Yeah. I told him I kind of badgered him about it until he decided to go. So,
but he's not. He's only going for like Friday or something. If I wanted to go, I want to be there for the auction, like the art auction.
Yeah, I'm going to go. I'm leaving Sunday morning, so we're going to go down Thursday, and he's already got his flight booked. Yeah.
I was looking into it. I haven't made a final decision. I was looking into it because it's not a holiday this time. Like last time I was thinking about it was like Father's Day weekend. I was like, I don't want to leave on Father's Day.
You're going Thursday through Saturday. All right.
Yeah, but I think Saturday night is the auction. Is the art auction.
Yeah. I went last year, and that Scotty Young had this big Galactus piece, and I think it went for like $25,000 or something. It's crazy.
Yeah, like I don't expect to win anything or bid on anything. I just kind of want to watch and kind of check it out.
Yeah, they have stuff that costs less, but like I was making sure I did not raise my hand at all. That's all I'm saying. So I won't be like, sold to the guy in the back.
That's $15,000.
Yeah, I wasn't going to be like calling somebody from across the room and be like, sold to that man right there. You know.
There was another thing they had down there too that I thought was interesting, like a drink and draw or something. Like you go in and you like.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know. I like to draw and doodle here and there too. So
he says, "Nah, do SDCC and come play with the big boys." The one thing about Heroes Con though, we don't have a bunch of actors or studio. They don't have a bunch of actors or studios trying to hype up their movie or charge $100 for an autograph. It's all artists and writers. But I would love
San Diego. I do want to go one day, but I don't know. It feels like it's still
I don't think I'll ever be able to make it to that or NYCC. I wish. I'm
right by New York, and I still haven't gone to New York because I just don't want to deal with the trouble.
Yeah. Like the crowds and stuff.
Yeah, it's like the crowd is like, I don't want to get a hotel room. Like I feel like I can just drive in.
My friend Paul went to San Diego Comic Con last year. He lives in San Diego though, and he said it is packed. Like you can't even move. Yeah. And I have to have like an electric wheelchair to get around.
Yeah.
So, like the one thing about Heroes Con is it's wide open, and it was all comics. I don't have nothing against celebrities or like the studio thing. It's just that
but that's not what I want.
All the comics, yeah.
That's why I like going down to Baltimore because it's not all about the celeb signings. They get the artists down there and artist writers, and that's cool. But I don't care about the dudes from American Pie just doing straight cash only signatures because I don't need the Shermanator signature. What am I going to do with that?
I know. And look, I think Lee Majors is cool, and I love the $6 million man. But like, look, I'm not paying him $100 to get a picture with him. Even though I will tell you this, he's from my hometown. So that's their only claim to fame. That's their only claim to fame. Because but basically they talk about.
That's a good claim to fame.
True. That's true. Absolute. It's McFarlane, all the big names. Jim Lee usually are there. Liefeld. I agree with that. Like, definitely. And it's. And I wasn't trying to crap on it. I would love to go.
No. But at the same time, I also want to be realistic because honestly, I don't know. Everybody collects differently. I'm not going to judge, but for me, I don't care about signatures. Like signatures don't do anything for me. Like I'm not waiting in a line for 2 hours to get a signature because to me that's it's not the time that's spent is not worth the prize at the end because it doesn't matter to me. I'd rather not have the book signed. I'd rather meet a person, have a conversation, but you're not going to have that. You're at a convention. I'm not going to go up and make friends with Jim Lee all of a sudden. It's just not you to do this. So that's not where I want to be.
You know what I enjoyed more than I like to get a few signatures, but I really wanted to meet Chris Clarabot is the thing.
Yeah.
But not only that, but you don't really get to spend a lot of time with them guys because you got to get moving along because there's a long line behind you. But what I really enjoyed was I got to sit there and talk to Dan Parent for 15 minutes about Archie comics. You know what I mean? And I talked to Jim Rugg about cartoonist kayfabe for 10 minutes. So because he didn't have a big line.
See, that's more of that interaction, that time you can spend. It's kind of.
And Actually, Dan Parrott told me that he preferred Veronica over Betty. And I said, you know what I told him though? I said, you just say that. This next time you'll tell somebody it's Betty. He's like, how do you know that? But he seemed pretty cool.
Thing. Like going down, like I said, I usually go to Baltimore because it's more about the comics. And yes, there's a lot of creators down there too, as well. And yeah, the convention's fine, but some of the most fun I've had is like the late nights and you find yourself in a room just drinking with artists and writers, and you're like, how did I get here? I don't know. But here we are drinking whiskeys after the bar closed in a conference room because, this is one of the showrunners here.
This is so interesting that happened at the Westin last year at Heroes Con. Is we went up to go eat breakfast at the breakfast bar, and I looked over here, and Chris Claremont and Roy Thomas and Dan Jurgens are eating breakfast together. Where else are you going to see that? So So I just really enjoyed that. Like also Don Rosa was hilarious. Me and my friend Carolyn went to meet him, and she was getting her book signed. She said, how much do you charge for autographs? He goes, darling, I will sign it for free. So let me let you in on a little secret. I said, all these guys charging money. He kind of leaned in and said it like he's whispered. I said, they're doing it wrong. He said, but if you want to give me $20 for one of my prints, I'll be glad to take your money. So I thought that was pretty cool of him. And he has a big sign. I don't know if you've ever seen him at a con, but he's got a big sign that says, no, this is not DuckTales. Because he was Uncle Scrooge, So, but anyway, thanks for coming on, Pete. I really appreciate it.
It was fun.
I have the link for Rennavision pinned in the chat. If nobody is subscribed to it, go do that now. What are you waiting for? It's free, and get a lot of good information. He's got his own Hot 10, and it's probably I think it's way better than the one I have to deal with, which is the Key Collector. I actually thought about using your top 10 list on my show on Sunday. Because
you do whatever you like with it. I'm just making a list again. I'm take the information. I see books. I check the numbers. I see what makes sense to me, and I throw it down.
Well, the Key Collector app one seems repetitive. Every week, it's almost the same thing.
Everybody has their own style of doing things. I will say, of the other lists that I know that are out there, everybody has their own strengths and weaknesses of things that they like to kind of focus in on. Yeah. I try to be what I think is fair, but at the same time, I'm also cutting out things that others cover. Like I don't do exclusives. Like exclusives to me, it doesn't make sense to put that on a list because it's not fair. Not everybody has access to an exclusive. It breeds FOMO. It breeds an idea of like you pay to play, which I do not think is good for our little community. Yeah. So I try to cover only books that you can get from your local comic shop. If your local comic shop has access to the book, it's fair game. But otherwise, I don't think it's fair.
I think it's the best thing because, and like a lot of those exclusives that are con exclusives, they're $50 a day, $10 a year.
And I love a good con exclusive too. It's not just the store exclusives. Again, I'm not crapping on any exclusives. That's not my point because I buy plenty of them. If I want them, I buy them. But it's just not fair. That's all. It's just, to me, it's just not fair for everybody. Not everybody has access. Not everybody's down at MegaCon in Florida. Not everybody can make it to ECC. Not everybody can make it out to Emerald City or San Diego. It's just some of us can't go to these places. So it's not fair. And then you create this idea like, oh, man, it is cool. I really need to have it. I don't want to feed into that because it's
people paying way too much for something.
That's what happens because then if the FOMO sets in and you end up spending more money than you need to on a book that in a few months everybody's gonna be like, well, who cares? It don't matter. All right, that was I mean, like it might not say it's $1 book now, but it's like you can get it for a decent price now. If you really want one, you can now find one.
All right. Well, thank you again, and everybody, thanks for showing up in the chat. And like I always say at the end of the show, because Stan Lee used to always say it during at the end of Spider-Man is Amazing Friends. Until next time, true believers, Excelsior. I tried to do it in his accent, but I.
Come, son of Jarrell, kneel before Zod. Snoochie boochies.